Today's twin needle video is the difference between single straight stitch with the twin needle, and this is the triple stitch. That's the 2 stitches forward, 1 stitch back. Gives a thicker look to the top stitching. And the big difference between the two using a single stitch or a straight stitch and the triple stitch is it tunnels a little bit more with the triple stitch. And then if we look at the back here, this is the straight stitch. You can see it's double the threads in the back for the triple stitch. So it uses quite a bit more thread in it. That's what causes a little bit more of the tunneling. Let's go ahead and show you how to do that. This is some lightweight cotton or medium weight cotton fabric. I have my machine set up for the straight stitch, and this is how I typically start a twin needle. I hold my threads with my finger here. I position my fabric here. In this method you can start as close to the raw edge as you want. This is like probably 1/16 of an inch in from the raw edge. I hand crank 1 or 2 stitches. Then I do my stitching. And end at the end. Maybe hand crank 1 to finish right exactly where I want. And then instead of just yanking the fabric back, I typically always take a tool and push the threads and project over to the left here so I don't distort my last couple of stitches. Now that was the single or the straight stitch. We're going to use the exact same settings in the machine and go with the triple stitch. Hand crank 1 or 2 stitches. Do your stitching. See how it goes forward 2 and back 1? You can see they both stitch just about the same. That's the straight stitch and that is the triple stitch. That's the top of the fabric. This is the interior of the fabric. Now I typically make men's clothes, so this single stitching, if I'm doing a cotton for a pair of shorts or canvas for shorts or pants, I'll go with the triple stitch. It's a much stronger of a stitch than the straight stitch. That's when I would be using it. And also, depending on how I want the look of the top stitching, this is the single thread top stitching. And this would be with the triple stitch. This is the exact same fabric. It's a matte spandex called Milliskin. You could see the difference between the straight stitch. It's much finer. The triple stitch is a little thicker. They're both stretchy, about equally stretchy. Now I would do this on a pair for me. My retail, I would do a pair like this, so it could stand up to many wears and many washes.